Shabbat Shalom. This week's Torah portion is Matot and refers to the staffs or the symbols of each tribe as they are all counted and placed out within the camp in the desert as they are about to get ready to go into the land of Israel. I'd like to focus on this story that we have related to us in chapter 32, where we learn about the tribe of Reuben and Gad, both who have a great deal of livestock, and they have just recently captured a great deal of territory on the eastern side of the Jordan River. And they approach Moses, asking him if they may settle in that area, that area would become their permanent territory, and instead of crossing over the Jordan and settling in the land of Canaan, which of course is the promised land. Now it's fairly clear that in conquering that whole part of the land, that land will remain part, or at least under the sovereignty or the control of the people of Israel. And yet there is clear disappointment on behalf of Moses as he treats this request, a request which on the one hand indicates that perhaps they have not quite enough of a willingness to be in the center of the Holy Land, in the land of Canaan, the place that is really the essence of the land of Israel. But what Moses focuses on here, though, is a slightly different issue, and that is the ramifications on the people, how this decision of theirs to stay back would have an influence. And so he says to them as follows: Moses said to the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, "Shall your brothers go to war, and shall you reside here? And wherefore discourage you the heart of the children of Israel from passing into the land which the Eternal has given them? Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up to the brook of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which the Eternal had given them." Very interesting. He here refers to the sin of the spies, and the fact that after the 12 men had gone into the land of Israel, and of course this has taken place years earlier. This has taken place 38 years earlier, because it is a result of the sin of the spies that an entire generation will have to die in the desert, and only the next generation enter the land of Israel. So Moses, of course, still surviving from that older generation, is looking at these younger people who may or may not have this memory of what happened with the spies, and he is basically saying his fear for the people of Israel is the effect that's on their morale, on their willingness to go into the land, on their willingness to meet the challenges that they will have to meet as they have to fight the battles and conquer the nations so that they will then inherit the land. And he's concerned that if two tribes decide, well, this land is nice and lush and we're going to stay here, then the other people are going to say, well, maybe we shouldn't be going into the land either. Or they may say, it's not fair. We all help them conquer their land. They're not helping us conquer ours. And what we see here that Moses is concerned of is a threat to the unity and the solidarity of the nation. If there's going to be this kind of a split, and the split carries on not just to where they will ultimately dwell, but the split is part of how they face the challenges and how they go into battle. That may affect the ability and the willingness of the children of Israel to enter the land and face those challenges. Reuben and Gad, of course, rise to the challenge, and they make this amazing suggestion. First of all, they say that they are going to fight, but not just we will fight. They say first we will settle our children, our families here on the eastern side of the Jordan, but then we will go across. And what do they say? We will not return into our houses. First of all, let's go for, this is verse 17. We ourselves will equip and speed before the children of Israel until we have brought them into their place, and our little ones shall abide in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every one his inheritance. And here we have this idea of the people, the members of the tribe of God not only participating in this fight, but that they will go forward. They will be before. They will speed before the children of Israel. They will not just be part of it. They will actually go in front of it. And then Moses, of course, responds and picks them up on this exact thing. He said, "And will pass all of you equipped over the Jordan before the Eternal, until he has dispossessed his enemies from before him." Now, the word that is used here in verse 21, in Hebrew, it's chalutz. Here it's translated in this English as equipped, but that's really not a good translation. Chalutz is a pioneer. Chalutz is the person who goes first, who leads the band, who meets the challenges when it is the most dangerous, and those afterwards follow. So here we have the children of God, and this word chalutz is repeated again in verse 27. "But your servants will pass over every man equipped for the host before the Eternal to war." Not just equipped, these people will go in front. They will be the first ones to go before the army. They will be the front line soldiers, if you will, who will fight this battle. We see later on, of course, they agree, and this becomes the deal, and Reuben and Gad clearly go before and fight this battle in that way. And we see later on in the book of Joshua, in chapter 1, just as they're about to enter the land, we have Joshua singling out these tribes, the tribe of Reuben and Gad, and of course also the half tribe of Manasseh, who since joined them. And he makes it very clear to them. He repeats, "Don't forget," he says, "remember what Moses commanded to you." And he reminds them that they are supposed to go before their brothers. And here in the Hebrew, the word is "V'atem ta'avru chamushim lifnei achechem." You need to pass armed before your brothers. But again, before your brothers, the first ones, the pioneers, the frontline soldiers. Joshua focuses again on that, and this is of course what they do. And it is only at the end of the book of Joshua where Joshua again turns to these same tribes and releases them from their obligation. The entire time of the battles, they are battling out on behalf and together with the people of Israel, and it is only at the end of the book of Joshua that they are released to go back and join a normal life, join their families. Now, I just want to point out here something that I think runs through this entire area. The people of Reuben and Gad were not selected to be the frontline soldiers because there was any indication that they were better soldiers. They may have been, but there's absolutely no indication anywhere in the text that these were the best soldiers, and therefore they're the ones that have to go in front. No, quite the contrary. These are chosen to go in front to compensate for the possible break in morale that would happen if they were to stay back, or even if they didn't stay back, if they joined the battle but were just kind of ordinary soldiers doing their thing. Because then within the ranks of the people of Israel, there would always be those who would say, "Oh, they don't care, they have nothing to lose, they already have their land, they're just going to do the minimum." Moses understands this issue and understands that in order for the people of Israel to win the battle, they have to be in complete solidarity with one another, and they have to have tremendous morale. Without that, the battle will be lost. This is not about how good a shooter you are or how good a strategist you are. This is about how committed each and every one of the people of Israel are to one another, united in this purpose, so they will conquer the land. And indeed, today, in modern-day Israel, we too have always had to rely more on our sense of solidarity, on our ability to go into battle, each one looking after for the other. And that has always been our strength. And it is because of that solidarity and because of our faith in God that we have won every war. Shabbat Shalom from Samaria.